Hi everyone, Deb here. Welcome to Embellishments on the 11th, where each month a small group of us make embellishments of any kind and in any quantity that we want um, to up our stash. And then the intent with me, anyway, is to use them the following day or soon after the 11th because I don't want to get too much of a stash build-up. So my focus this month was mostly on St. Patrick's Day. I don't know why. I wanted to do St. Patrick's Day, spring and Easter, but I did St. Patrick's Day and a little bit more Valentine's Day because I need a couple more Valentine's cards. So the first thing I did is not really an embellishment, but I wanted to use a stencil, and I don't know where I put it, but it's from Pretty Pink Posh, and it's 2 layers of, I don't know what I did with it, quite honestly. Anyway, yeah, I used the stencil. I, oh, is this it? No. Okay. Anyway, that's what I did. So I have a card background, and then I only have 2 official stamp sets for St. Patrick's Day. This one from Fun Stamper's Journey called Lucky Kiss. And I used this and I did another part of a card. I think I stamped this in Altenew Fresh Leaf. What did I color it in with? I colored it in with some of their markers too, but I don't remember the numbers and they're buried right now. And then I did stamp out of this one. Well, I stamped this image too, but I don't know if I'm going to use it, and my paper got a little wet there and whatever. And this I found might have been in with this. There's a punch that goes with this, the Lucky Clover punch that I think was last year, yeah, 2023. So I love that. And then I just did 2 insides. A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. So those are that. Now, as far as real embellishments, the first thing is I have a shoebox, plastic shoebox full of, okay, that's the alternating, full of St. Patrick's Day stuff. I have 1 shoebox. So I pulled that out, and then also this was kind of laying on the top. This is from Dollar Tree, you know, that stuff for Christmas time. That's sort of a mesh with these snow rubbery thing. Well, I used some of that. Also, in that bin, I couldn't find any cupcake things the other last month for January's Crash Your Stash. Well, apparently I have them in with this specific thing, because I'm pretty sure I have Valentine's ones too. But so I had this and also this bright green. But the thing is, how this is loose, there were some loose that were cut in bits. So I thought, I'm going to use the bits. So I did. And then there were also 2 pocket letters with stuff in them from people. These were not together. There were these pearls, sort of on a strand, but I cut them apart. I didn't end up using any of these. I had a whole, probably not a quite full pack, but because 10-piece, I don't think, I have 1 left, but I used some of them. This was gifted in a pocket letter. I used some of this ribbon, and I was going to use this, but I didn't like the color of it with what I was doing. And then also, I had some dark green twine from Stampin' Up! That I finished. I think this was out of a paper pumpkin kit. And I had this jar of buttons that had some greens, excuse me, and yellow in. And I used some of them. Yay me for using stuff. I used this gold Simply Elegant trim. If you've been around, you've seen me use that before. And the dark green is this color. I didn't use this spool because this was in with it, and this looks like a paper pumpkin size. So I used that. And anything else I'll show you as I go. Oh, stuff from out of pocket letters. Like this was in a pocket letter. This already made embellishment was in a pocket letter. It was like flags. And so were these little foam green on yellow flowers. So I just layered it up a little more, added some of those white pearls and a gold ribbon, and voila, no sentiment on that one. Here's another one. Here's one of the cupcake liner things with the green flowers again, and then the green and yellow buttons layered up, and the twine is pulled through. This one is a two 4-hole buttons, and then I just tied a knot on top, and I think I dabbed that with a little bit of art glitter glue to hold the bow closed. Let's see. And then I have 4 sort of similar ones. Oops. Let me move this out of the way. So we have that one and that one. We have this one. Now these use that punch. These greens and dark greens, they're out of a paper pad I'm trying to use up from, is it Craftsmith? I always get mixed up. Yes, Craftsmith. This one I've had in my stash forever, and it came with 48 sheets, but I'm getting down there. But that I was happy to use that bright green. See, I cut them out of there, and I had some scraps of the dark green. I don't have much of the dark green left, so I managed to get 2 darker green out of that. And then these are the pieces of the cupcake liner. Now they might have been like half of one, and I cut it further. I can't remember. One of these was little, and the other one was a half of one. So I have those, and this stamp was out of that Fun Stamper's Journey. I had trouble finding a circle. I think this ended up being a die. Yes, it was. It was a die from Darice. And I don't know where I put it. Darice. Anyway, it was circle dies from Darice that I forgot I had because none of my other circles fit it. Yeah, I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, this one I used a punch. I think that's a 1.5 inch punch. This was a punch also, I think. I'm not sure this might have been a die. This was a punch. And then these, I used that Darice circle die. I'm not sure what I did with it. The little dots and the heart on this were from My Mind's Eye and Franklin Planner. The dots were over here and I finished them, and a couple little hearts. I used a big one here and a smaller one here. And then the green twine I mentioned. I didn't have enough this was the last one with the twine, and I didn't have enough to tie a bow. So I just stuck one of those shamrocks on. And then there are more. There's this one. Let me move these up. There's this one. This has some of that ribbon from Gifted, a sticker, the scallop circle punch, the cupcake liner, a button, and a green thing hot glued down on there. This was another already made flag embellishment, similar to this, only a different shape. It had a piece of cloth on the top, and I just layered more on it. There was the circle part of the cupcake liner, another part of that liner, the punch circle. Ooh, I got glue, hot glue coming out on there. I'll get that. I had to get that later. I don't have any nails left anymore, and they're splitting as it is. Anyway, that one, and one more like that. This was that corrugated, it's a cupcake liner corrugated cardboard clover that was gifted to me. Another circle, another sticker, and 2 smaller buttons. And they don't have sentiments on except for these. So, well, let me finish. Now, this was not my idea. These 3 were gifted, not already made, but they were gifted to me in a pocket letter, the pieces, because the pocket letter had one um, as a decoration on it. And I'm pretty sure that was from Polly's Pretty. So she gifted me these papers already cut like this. I put washi on this one. I wrapped them in sparkly gold and black ribbon. And I found a little face. That was part of Cute Fruit. Retired Stampin' Up. This one here. This one was too little, so I just used that one. That was Cute Fruit. And yeah, so, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have one left, 6. So there had been 4 used before. And she had gifted me flowers, and I thought there was only one, but, and then the pearl, but as I was putting things away, I found another flower. I don't know if it's 2 stuck together or 1. So those are my leprechauns. I wanted to do a pot of gold, but I didn't get to it this year. Maybe next year. So because these don't have sentiments, I also stamped and made little flags for Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'll tell you what that's out of. And that's out of the Lucky Clover set that goes with the punch. So I did 3 in Stampin' Up's Garden Green and 2 in Parakeet Party. I also did, okay, that was out of this Happy St. Patrick's Day. I like that font, and that's the same one that had the Good Friend. And then, let's see, I have this, So Lucky to Know You, stamped in Parakeet Party, and I colored it in Bubble Bath Pink, and this is, I think, Retired Light Just Jade for the leaves. So there's that one. That's out of Oval Occasions, and this is the larger oval from a double oval punch there. And then I used this, I made these Best of Luck. Now this is a postage stamp punch, and you see I kind of got it weird, but I shortened it. It's actually a rectangle, which is now retired. They do have Stampin' Up! I'm talking about today. So actually what I did is I punched it first, and then it had a lot too much white up here and here. This one I got a little short, and the edges are a little rough. Anyway, that Best of Luck is out of this Throughout the Year, and that is the first time I ever used that. That was from September to December mini catalog 2023. I don't know if it carried over or not. It's a good set. I need to do Easter soon too. And there's a Valentine one in there, and yeah, anyway, nice sentiments. Okay, so then, also, for sentiments, I have had this for a long time. The Word Wishes Dies. Go with A Wish for Everything, 2-set stamp set, retired. Anyway, here's what all's in it. St. Patrick's, Valentine's, New Year's, Happy, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, Merry, Father's, Mother's Day, and Easter. 12 dies. I'm probably keeping this for like ever. So what I did is I die cut the day and the happy, and I die cut them out of gold foil and also one time out of white cardstock, just so they're not so flimsy. I don't know how thick I want them to be yet until I see what I'm using them on. So happy, oops, where's my saint? Here's one of my saints. Here's my other one. So St. Patrick's, and I do have 2 little apostrophes, which if I'm not careful, I'll lose them, in gold, and they were a little tricky to get the white backing on. I think one of them has it and one doesn't, because I just couldn't get the white to go on right. So that's all my St. Patrick's Day stuff. Let me switch gears now, clean this off, and I'll be right back to show you some little bit of Valentine's stuff. Okay, I'm back. So the first thing is I've been wanting to use this. I don't know if I'd ever used it before. Well, I guess I did, but just the sentiment, I think. I might have stamped the basket once, but I wanted to make the basket with the dies, and it had hearts in here, so I wanted to use that. I didn't want to use the sentiments out of here though, but definitely the kitty, the hearts, the basket, which I die cut out of pecan pie, and this is a brushed metallic. It's sort of a champagne or bronzy color, light bronze. I don't know. I don't think it's gold. I think it's champagne. I'm not sure. But it was scraps, and I used that in the handle too. And then I stamped the little kitty in basic gray ink from Stampin' Up, and I colored it in light pale papaya, which is retired now, alcohol markers, light smoky slate, dark smoky slate, and a little bit of flirty flamingo, and a little bit of, I believe, light or maybe dark, just jade in the eyes. And oh, and then the belly, I used a white chalk marker, and then when it dried, I went over it with a little bit of the light pale papaya and the smoky slate. My daughter has two calico cats. And then the butterfly is colored in Tahitian Tide and Orchid Oasis for the inner parts there. And then the hearts are colored in Bubble Bath, Melon Mambo, I think, and Fresh Freesia. They might be dark, except for the Melon Mambo. I think that's in light. Now, I had a lot of white on here, and I tried fussy cutting it. It's a little rough around the edges, but I think it'll still look cute. So that is the start of a card that I want to make for Valentine's Day. And then the only other thing I did for Valentine's Day, I'm going to do more, but it's not really embellishment stuff. Anyway, this Hooray for Surprises is new in the January to April mini from Stampin' Up. It has pull tabs, but I didn't do anything with that. I stamped 4 of these and 4 of these, and I used Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. Now, usually the paper Stampin' Up has for Valentine's Day is Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. It seems like they always use that. This one kind of got messed up, but the other 3 are okay. And then the Sending Love, the first one I did a circle, and this is a 1.5 inch circle punch, which really cut it close. And then I think this is a 1 3/4 inch scallop punch. I don't know where that's from. And then I did these with the postage stamp. So you can see this is the same punch that I used for these, and you can see I lopped off a little bit on that one and a lot of it on on this one, top and bottom. It was kind of like this. So you just stick it back in and do it. But I did, that one's in Flirty Flamingo, that one's in Flirty Flamingo, and these 2 are in Melon Mambo. I don't have a card design in mind for those yet, but I just wanted to do them. And there are dies to make the pull tabs or something, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm going to have to watch a lot of videos and see if I can figure out how to do it. And yeah, so I'll be using those soon. So that is it for me. Lots of little things, both for Valentine's Day and also St. Patrick's Day. All these goodies. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? I'm only about an 1/8 or 1/4% Irish, but we always celebrated it, not in a big way, just, you know, put up the sparkly green clover wreath and stuff. Mom decorated for every holiday, just about under the sun. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Please be sure to go check everyone else out. And then in the next day or 2, I will come back and use some of this anyway in projects. Now, it may not always be card. For Valentine's Day, it'll be cards. There'll probably be 1 or 2 cards, but maybe 4. But these, for example, I wouldn't put on a card. Maybe a bag topper or something. So I'll see what I have. I have to look and see what I have for paper. I know I have one 8.5 by 11-inch paper pad that I've been using like every year. I don't know if I have any St. Patrick's Day paper left. If I do, I'll probably use that. And I seem to remember the colors are similar to this. Plus, I have these backgrounds that I did inside of a card. This can be an outside of a card. This can be an outside of a card. And this, I'm not sure I'm going to use that this year. I'll save it though if I don't. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Hugs, love, and peace.